Hello, everyone. It's a surprise. We don't have oracles and beyond. When I booked with her, she warned me that this could happen. That she doesn't have access to internet like she'd like to. So my good friend Frugal Farmer decided to hop in for us. So this is going to be fun. Thank you so much for last minute call like this.
That's no problem. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so we'll check who's in the house tonight.
Hey,
We
everybody.
we have Annie, we have Barbara, we have Eric, Adrian. Who else at the bottom? Debbie, Urbex44. Who else? I said Debbie. Bonk Gaming, hello. Nicole Perron, hello. Sandy's Unexplainable, hello. Santa in the Moon, hello. Okay, guys, so we're gonna start this interview with Frugal Farmer Channel. That's how that's the name of your channel, right? The
That
Frugal
is.
Farmer. Okay.
Yeah.
On on this show I always ask the same question. The first question to everyone that comes on is how did you get to name your channel this way? Is there a story behind it?
Well, I grew up on a farm, and the farming's just near and dear to my heart in so many ways, and I just had the utmost respect for farmers. And I'm not chinksy frugal, but I'm frugal. Like, if I can save money doing it or tell somebody how to save money, I'd love doing that, and that's where it kind of evolved from.
Hey, no farmers, no food, eh?
Hey, that's right.
Okay, and what kind of content can we find like on your channel?
Oh, I'm the worst channel on YouTube. I'm unedited and my old graggly voice on there. Um, you'll find stuff about saving money, making money. Uh, I do my old memories on Sunday. Just a lot of stuff that happened in my life. I thought some of it was strange, some of it was funny. And any type of tips or pointers I can pass along, I do that to help people out because we're in some hard times.
Okay, and for how long have you had your channel?
Gosh, I think I'm at 5 years. Yeah, I believe I'm at 5 years. I'll have to check that. And because I went for a long time, I only had like one or two subscribers. Then my family members quit taking my calls, and I run out of relatives to subscribe. So,
Okay, but what got you started into doing this?
well, I've always been kind of a teacher at heart. My mama was a teacher, and my sister was a teacher, and I have had a lot of relatives that were involved in the education process, and I didn't want to go that route, so I figured this would be a good way to, you know, tell people stuff, show them, or give them some ideas on stuff that I've done, and maybe they can tweak it and make it that much better. And what my family doesn't know anything about my channel, so I've got it in my obituary when I die that it'll be mentioned in there, and that's where they'll find out about it.
Okay, and from what state are you from?
I'm from North Carolina. I'm in the southeast part of the United States. I'm on the North Carolina South Carolina line. Matter of fact, I'm like less than 10 miles from South Carolina, and I can be in the next state.
Okay, and how did you learn to upload your videos to YouTube? Did someone show you, or you learned it by yourself?
Oh, there was, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, you brought back some nightmares. I may need to get a beer. Um, I just did stuff and worked on it, and I delete it. And the first video I ever did was on uses for toilet paper rolls, and I was nervous as everything. And I did it, and I put it out there, and it didn't get watched for about a month and a half, until I got one view on it, and I was so happy with that one view.
I asked that question because for me it was a nightmare also. I didn't know how YouTube worked or anything. It
Yeah.
was kind of frightening. Then the editing part, well, I always had fun making videos, well, slideshows really with photos and stuff. So I had a little base there. So and I know that the paranormal interests you because I see you often in other on other channels.
Oh
Did you
yes.
what attracts you to the paranormal?
I guess just my experiences with it uh, when I was younger and stuff. And I stay in a home that my people settled this land around here, and I stay in a home that's goes back to before the Civil War, and there's presences besides me in this home, and I figure they're my relatives because I've never got any bad vibes off any of it, but they do like to joke around and harangue me and stuff. They'll make noises. They'll knock on the door. I'll go to the door and there ain't nobody around.
Oops, sorry, my phone.
Uh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shut up.
and,
Sorry.
that's no problem. And but and I sense they're here because with I've got a dog in the house, and I can tell they kind of change if there's somebody in the house they don't like. I can kind of feel it within the house, So, and that's
Okay.
what got me interested in it. And I didn't realize there was this whole network of people that dwelled with this stuff. So, um, I
Did
just
you ever try to investigate your house by yourself?
no, never did. And I'd probably like to at some point in time, to see what they say, see what my relatives say. Because back in the day, down in the South, when people died, they were normally carried to the funeral home, and however they embalmed them or whatever, then they were brought back to the house to kind of
In
lie in state or whatever.
hmm
And they kind of covered them with a muslin cloth because nobody had air conditioning. The windows were wide open. And they did that to keep the flies from flying around them. And then people would come and sit with the body and stuff. But there's probably been, yeah, I couldn't even begin to tell you. There's probably been 100 bodies brought back to this house at least.
Wow. So for sure there's some activity going on for sure.
Oh yeah, and a lot of my relatives died out here of natural causes. I mean, I've had their uncle, grandparents, and that's been about it because I guess the medical attention people really didn't go to the doctor, so they chose to die at home instead of going to the hospital see if they could prolong their life. And a lot of them just went out quick.
Okay. So you have like you're really like on a real farm. You we can find cows, pigs, and stuff like that, or
Yeah, well, I've had pigs. I don't have pigs now. They went to freezer camp, and I don't have cows, but I've got a winter garden right now, and I'm going to expand my garden this summer, and kind of up my game a little bit.
okay. So you're doing your gardening even in the winter time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I raise meat chickens, laying chickens, and meat rabbits as well.
Okay. Okay. And do you have like any future plans for your channel? Like, have you got an idea you're not sure you want to push out, but you'll probably try it like a content or new content or something?
Yeah, I'm going to start doing more stuff in my shop. and that's coming out after the first of the year. I'm going to be devoting some stuff to some different shop projects I've got going on. And this weekend, I had a friend of mine going to throw away a church pew, and just the detail on it was just, I mean, it was just beautiful. But it was falling. He was going to throw it away and burn it up, is what he said. And I said, no, we aren't going to do that. I said, I'll take it and fix it for you. And I said, it'll take me a couple of weeks. He said, that's fine with him. So he told me to go ahead and take it. But I'm going to be filming stuff like that, but just different stuff that people can use. There'll be a lot of stuff, practical stuff that you can do at your own place, but it'll be taking place in my shop.
Okay. Wow. That's so you work like woodwork. You do like you can refurnish a furniture and stuff
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And I've got an antique booth that I've got different stuff I've gotten and upcycled. And I collect old porcelain signs, like old gas station signs and stuff. And I've got those in my antique booth. And then I go to flea markets and sell those. But then I work in the shop and make different works of art and to carry. And I'm also an actor and an author, but I'm widely unknown. So I hadn't done a whole lot with that. And then I work a regular job. I do remodeling and such.
Okay. So guys, if you have any questions for Fergal, just put them in big letters so we can see them. And also his link to his channel is pinned on up top in blue. And
Thank you.
let's see if there are any questions.
I can't see the chat, but hello to everybody in the chat.
Oh, we got some new people in. We have Christina. We have Through the Veil, Nicole. Hello. Irina. Hello. Uh, let's see. Okay. Oh, here's a question. Do you have a family cemetery there at the farm?
Uh, no, and I'll kind of give you the long version of that. My people are kind of they know that cemeteries are necessary, but they didn't want to use up land like that, so they bought plots in a larger cemetery, and I'll now look after those plots. But we've got like my great grandmother and my great aunts and uncles buried in one, and then my grandparents and some aunts and uncles buried in the other. But I was working on one of my great aunts. She died when she was 14, and she had this beautiful tombstone, and I did a video about it as well. But it was like a tree trunk made into a cross and had a dove on it. Somebody had carved this thing, Sandra. It was beautiful. Well,
Wow.
I'd cleaned it up. It had broke, and I re-glued it, and I fixed it one time. Well, it had broke again. Well, this last time I got it, I took it away from the cemetery and brought it home because I cleaned it up real good. And where her name and all was fading out, I took a paintbrush, and I'm not that good a painter, but I held my hand real steady and painted all her information back right. And I sprayed it with a clear lacquer on it. Well, stuff started happening around the house because I think my relatives know I kind of get too many projects going on, and they might go a little bit longer than what they want. Well, stuff always disappears, and it'll reappear around here. It'll get moved from where I know I have to put things in a certain place. I'll never find it, and stuff will be somewhere else. Well, one morning I woke up about 4 o'clock, and I heard a young girl's voice, like she was talking like she was talking to a friend, real excited, and I'm like, at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I kind of got up and there was more knocking at the door. Not that in the morning, but during that time period when I had the uh, tombstone here at the house fixing it. So
Yeah.
finally, I said it out loud. I told them, I said, "Look, I said, y'all hold off on me, give me a date, and I'll have it back." So they laid off on me. Stuff still happens, but they got a little bit more active on that. I think everybody was kind of pissed off with me.
Okay. I saw once in all the cemeteries I went to, once that the headstone was made out of wood. I saw that and it was really original. I
Wow.
I never thought I'd see that. The cemetery where I lost my glasses.
Oh,
Yeah, that one there was one made out of wood, and I never saw that before.
that it still existed. That's amazing. Where my people are buried at, I've kind of adopted several graves. Matter of fact, I think I'm up to about 24 out there now. And but I clean them and make sure everything's all right with them. And we had some vandalism take place out there, and I offered to help them rebuild the monuments. I said, I'll help. I'll provide my own materials. And they really didn't have recordings of who was buried where in that particular area. And they said, we don't know what to do. So I said, if they ever, you know, needed me to, they could let me know, and I'd be glad to help them with it.
Okay, so you don't know if they did something so far about this?
No,
Because
it's been a while. I think they just kind of gathered up the remnants of the tombstones and disposed of them, because you see a lot of that. It's an older cemetery, and just people. There's no people taking care of the graves. Because I know when I was little, we'd go out about once a year and just do some cleaning and all. And I'll go out there and clean all my relatives. I'll spray this stuff on there, and I'll just let it set, because a lot of tombstones turn black and green,
yeah.
and I'll just spray them and let the rains take it. And I might spray them 2 or 3 times during a month, and they'll be clean for about a year. Then I'll have to hit them again.
Oh, we have a question here. What's been the strangest happening on the farm, especially during storms?
Hmm. I don't know. Well, I went outside during Hurricane Florence. There was this one big oak tree that is probably 200 years old. And I made the statement to that oak tree. I said, well, old girl, I said, you've seen a lot of hurricanes come through here. And I said, this ain't will be nothing for you. Well, I go back inside, and about 3 hours later, I go out there and look. That tree has fell down, but it fell down away from the house. I mean, this thing is huge. And I'm like, man, did I jinx it by saying that, or what did I do? But oak trees are notorious for falling over. They have a wide root system, but not a deep one. If the water ground gets saturated, they'll topple over.
Okay, we have a question here. Do you have a heavy feeling in the house because of all the dead bodies that have been there?
No, none at all, really. That's like, whatever presences are here with me, I don't get any, like, you know, I think there's enough here to look after me, to keep out anything that's bad. I say that, then something will happen. But I think there's enough of my relatives here, and most of my relatives were pretty, jovial, kidding people. They like to kid. They wouldn't hurt your feelings, but they'd get a good laugh off something. And but I never have had that feeling in here.
Okay. Our friend Mary has a statement: vandalism in cemeteries is disgusting. Very,
I agree on that.
very. Nicole has a question. Do you have activity during the day?
Sometimes, like when the door knocks, and this is as plain. I mean, like just like that, and I think it's somebody, and I'll go to the door, and there's nobody around, and my cats are on the porch. And if anybody's around, they go hide because they're feral. Well, except for a couple of them will get close to me, but they're there. And so I know nobody's been on that porch, but that'll just happen. And I'll go out there and check because, I'm like maybe somebody's at one of the other doors, but they aren't.
Okay. How many cats do you have?
I've got 3 outside cats, and I found a little kitten beside the road. So what do? I go pick up little kitten. Well, she gets in the van, and she's like, I've been waiting on y'all. And so she gets up on the dashboard. So I go to the little dollar store we've got and get her a litter box and a little tray to eat and drink out of. Well, she has put some energy in the house, and she's the only one I've got inside. But she's such a character. She loves her brother. My dog Stretchy. He's like 60 pounds, and she'll fight him in a heartbeat.
There we go. Do you see spirits or shadows?
Sometimes the way my house is laid out, now my house is a farmhouse, and the way farmhouses, they built the first part of it, and then as the crops were good and the families enlarged, they added on and they had money too. And
Hmm.
but I mean, it was laid out in a proper way. It ain't really chopped up. I mean, it's got a flow to it. But I can walk. I've got one of the older parts. I can walk and I can about see somebody in there. And then when I go back and look, they're gone.
Okay. Here, there's a question. Um, are you near Lum Lumbee Indian settlements? Have
Yes, I am. My children are half Lumbee.
okay.
They have their
Have
tribal card.
or
I'm
your
not Lumbee. My ex-wife was, but my kids, I made sure they got their tribal cards.
okay, and the other part of the question is have you or your family been through native rituals?
Uh, not really. I've been down there when they've had the powwows and stuff, and but not really. I went to church. It was predominantly Lumbee Indian church, and I went to church with them. Good people, love them to death. Well, if you know about Lumbee Indians, you got some experience around this area because not a lot of people know about the tribe.
So maybe you and Santa are neighbors. Okay, here's a question. Who do you think is haunting your house or moving stuff around? Like a relative in particular?
Uh, not a. It could be a particular relative. I don't know because all my relatives were kind of just you know if something if it could be a joke or something, they'd have a joke for you or something like that. But I couldn't pin it to one because I think my mom and dad are around. My dad probably do a lot of stuff just to and my mom too possibly. But I think there's a lot of culprits could be around here just messing with me to get me in a tizzy trying to find stuff.
Okay, here he Santa answers your question. I know because Lumbees are cousins of Santa.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's see if there's other question. Oh, we got new people. We got Modest Moon. Hello. Taro and T. Hello, sis. Who else popped in? Or a question. Sunny Storm. Hello, sis. So cute, this one. So you do cat videos and dog videos also.
Yeah, yeah. If they're doing something funny, I'll throw something up.
Yeah,
Uh,
and when you put like a special piece of meat on the barbecue too, that looks so delicious.
oh yeah, yeah. I've got some frog legs. I'm going to be cooking here soon and do a video on that.
Oh,
But yeah, matter of fact, I was going to grill tonight, but we got rain here, and I grill probably at least 3 times a week, maybe four. I'm not above starting up the grill in the morning because I can cook biscuits on my grill.
okay. Here we go. Have your children seen anything?
No, they used to field presences when they were here sometimes. Now my animals, a lot of times they're staring at stuff. I don't know what they see, but a lot of times, because and this is kind of speculation on my part, because you kind of got that people from that other generation. They didn't like animals in the house. They may tolerate a cat coming through, and that was more so to take care of any mice that were around. But a lot of them kind of frowned upon it. But I think they kind of know I need to have something to look after, and I need the company. So I think they kind of are giving me a pass on these animals in the house.
Okay. And I know that you have another channel also. One, it's just like shorts videos of
That's
cars,
it.
of
Yeah.
cars, so muscle cars. Well, that's how I call them. I don't know like the specific name or year of a car. But I just look at the looks and
Uh,
how it is. Yeah. So how do you find these cars?
if I'm driving around and see a car, I saw one today and I stopped and I asked the guys, would you mind if I videoed your car? And they'll know, and they'll normally give me a little backstory on it. And I go to, there's a car lot that sells nothing but antique autos. I went there and shot every one of their cars, videoed every one of those cars. And there's a couple places, they'll let me in, and most of the time people are glad to have me. And but I don't do any talking in that. I just put the car up just long enough to get a short out of it. And but I've got it. Uh, it's kind of growing, but I'm going to have on there. In the month of June, which is when the Corvette was introduced, I'm going to try and have nothing but Corvettes during that whole month for 30 days, a video a day.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a tough challenge.
I'm about halfway there, though.
Oh, okay, so it's not that bad.
No,
And I also see your community tab often. You post something and now you know. How do you get these information that you share with us?
oh, well, I'm a trivia junkie. I'm
Okay.
real bad. I get trivia questions emailed to me daily and twice daily, and that's where I get all those from. And I also get it's the synonym of the day. They'll send me a word, then I'll have three words to choose from to line up with that, and I do that just to keep my mind working. But yeah, I'm a hard trivia junkie. I have a lot of useless information floating around in my head. So,
Here, a farmer, have you ever seen any signs in your woodwork, like in the grain?
no, not. I just see. I've not seen it the way you're going. I've seen it where it looks beautiful. I like working with old barn board. I love old barn board wood, and but not really anything that would like give me a message of any sort.
Okay. Then he says about the cars, go to Kentucky to the Corvette Museum.
That's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's 8 hours and 7 minutes from me. That's on my plan because there's a car lot about 2 hours from me that sells nothing but Corvettes. So I think I can fill up there, but that museum in Bowling Green is on my list too.
Okay. Hey, we got some new people in the chat. Our brother Batrican, hello. Then we got Cemetery Ridge, hello. How are you? Okay.
Hit that like button, folks. So I can make my $50 commission on that.
Did you ever own a Corvette or one of your
Yeah, I
friends?
did. Yeah, I had one. It was a '96. It was used when I got it. I had it years later, but I
Yeah.
had one, been there, done that, and don't want another one.
Okay. Let's see if I, because some don't put their questions in all caps, so it's hard to say if it's a question or a statement. Okay. So, I also know that you did a few live streams here and there.
Yeah,
Are you gonna do some more of those, or?
I kind of get in moods for live streams. Then I try to do everything on a regular basis, like my and I was trying to do them on Sunday, but a lot of times the way I've been working here lately, I've just been so tired that because I work my job and then I've got other stuff going on, and then I work in my shop at night because I right now I'm getting my inventory up for flea market stuff, and so it was just kind of like I was wore out, and you could kind of tell it. I just didn't have the snappiness for the questions and stuff. So, but I'd like to do some more. I enjoy interviewing people. It's just my old self. I need to be rested up to do all this stuff.
Okay, do you have like a regular schedule like for your videos? Or
Well,
it's just random.
yeah, it's kind of random. It's going to be better after the first of the year because a lot of times I'll drop shorts, and I've been working so much I hadn't had time to get on and look and see what I needed to drop. So I know I've got memory videos till the first of the year at least, and maybe a little bit thereafter. And then I'm going to have to kind of tweak those because I'm running out of memories. I'm going to start talking about some funny people I knew that I, loved, and they've gone on, and I just want to kind of remember them somehow.
Okay, here. Are there any Civil War battlefields or cemeteries near you?
Yeah, there's one Civil War vet in the graveyard. I adopted his grave, and now this is conjecture, and if anybody knows any different, his wife evidently she had a memorial stone put next to him. I adopted her too, that memorial stone, and but I clean his off and take care of it. But there's some battlefields right is it within an hour I'd say from here, and I had relatives that fought in the war.
Okay. Um, I have a question also. I know you know one of my favorite channels, Amy from What the Paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you always, well, not always, but it happened a few times that you mailed her some funny mail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
And like, how did this come to, I'll send her that as a joke, or how
yeah.
did this come about?
I don't remember. I was sitting around. I was thinking about something because uh, a lot of times I like sending people cards and just crazy cards and crazy pieces of mail. And it kind of evolved off that. And then I'd send her some stuff. And uh, I sent her a Depends that I'd put
Yes.
brown paint and corn in. And what else? I sent her some cockroaches. They weren't real. They were imitation. Then I sent her a spider in a box. When you open the lid of the box, a spider pops out and hits your hand.
Oh boy. And she gets mad sometimes at you, but a happy mad, not a mad
Yeah.
mad. But it's her reactions to her. She's almost scared to open your packages.
That's how I like it. I like that forbearing where like what's going to happen, and but yeah, there's been a lot of people got packages from me or
Okay,
get
and
envelopes.
she says that her post office doesn't like it when they see a package for her because of that. Oh,
Yeah.
there's Oracle and Beyond. Hello. It's okay. We'll reschedule after the holidays. No problem.
Hey, Oracle. Sorry I took your place. I'm sending you the bill. Don't worry about it.
No hard feelings. We'll take it. We'll reschedule after the holidays because tonight should be my last one interview like this. If I don't get my next guest that I'm planning, I hope he'll say yes. But if I he's not free, it's really a time zone difference, a really time zone there. It's me, it's night, and him, it's I think it's the middle of the day there. So I don't know if it'll work out. So if it doesn't work out, tonight is the last one before the holidays, and tomorrow's Para Squad is it? No, not tomorrow. After tomorrow, Sunday's Para Squad. That one will be the last one for the holidays because the Sunday after my baby's going to be 22 years old, so it's going to be a little special thing for us. So we won't have time to do a para squad, and we'll take everything back on schedule after the holidays. Let's say maybe the 4th or something. I don't know, the first Monday. I don't have a calendar. Let's see. Are you taking a break for the holidays?
No, I've got some video. I've got a bunch of videos made that I just need to put in order and drop. And
Oh,
I've got some memory videos that are going to drop, towards the holidays. And but now I'll be working right up till December 23rd. Then I'll start back the 27th. And
okay. Debbie has a question. So, Virgo, what are you cooking up for Christmas? Ooh.
probably cornbread stuffing. I grilled my turkey for Thanksgiving, and I may grill a turkey again because that turkey was pretty good, but I need to inject it more. And I cooked it on off heat for about 3 hours when I finally got it up to temp. And probably collards. For those of y'all who don't know what collards are, it's kind of in the kale family, but it's kind of a southern dish. And I'll cook collards again. I love collards. And that probably be about it. And
Have you ever tried cooking, frying a turkey in peanut oil?
oh yeah, yep.
And do you do that like every Christmas or Thanksgiving, or you?
Sometimes I do. If I'm cooking for a lot of people, I'll fry it, and that is delicious. That is some of the best turkey you'll ever eat.
Yeah, because
And
I have family in the South, U.S. They're in Georgia,
uh huh.
and one year we went down for Christmas. There's no snow. We were in our t-shirts outside in the yard.
Yep.
Wow, that was like a special holiday we never saw again. But my cousin started cooking the turkey. She said, "This is how they cook the turkey here." And she had like this big needle, like she was picking at the turkey. I'm there. What is that? Oh, I'm putting
Oh
seed with a big needle.
yeah, injecting it. Oh yeah, yeah.
And then she puts it on a hook and puts it in that. That's oil. You're gonna fry it. She goes, yeah, oh, okay. Because us, it's the traditional, like in the oven overnight. And you wake up in the morning, it's cooked, and you know
Yeah.
that's how we're used to cooking our birds here. But then it was floating in that oil, and it. Woo! I said, okay, no, you don't do that on your balcony or your
No,
patio.
yeah.
Will catch
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, you
So
have to be real careful with that because you can get hurt. And but yeah, I've fried turkey before, and oh, I love injecting. I was cooking for some friends of mine, and there was more people coming than what we'd expected. So we had to run, get some turkey breast, and also I got to injecting, and I was getting a little bit drunk too while I was injecting all the seasonings in the breast. So I got everything. I think I cooked for like 15 people. And so we had like these huge chicken quarters that I had injected, and they were fighting over the chicken. That chicken would like melt in your mouth. And everybody wanted the recipe, but I was so drunk I didn't remember what all I injected in those chicken. But it was good anyway.
Here, Mary has something to say. She said, "In the UK, we do stuffed cabbage leaves. Something sometimes. Can you do that with your collards?"
I'd have to see about that. I'd have to look at the recipe. Is you have to cook collards for a while to get them real limp, and it's possible. Sounds like a delicious dish.
And then Barb says, "I guess she tried it. You better never deep fry a frozen bird."
Oh no, yeah, yeah, no, that ain't good.
Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, and I tasted that turkey, and I don't like turkey. I'm not a turkey fan. For me, and my family, a turkey would have to have three legs, three drumsticks.
Oh really?
Yeah, because me and my two brothers, we always fight over the the drumstick part there. And if I get a drumstick, well, I don't get potatoes, and if I get potatoes, I have no drumstick. It's it always falls on me that either I don't have potatoes, everybody took the potatoes, or
uh,
But that year when I tasted that turkey, I said, "Wow, this is pretty good. I never had turkey like that before."
yeah, it is. It is good.
And
Uh,
that's the same year that we learned. She showed us also how to do a beer butt chicken. Also,
oh yeah, yeah.
oh
I've cooked those. Yeah.
yeah, Eric loves it too. I showed him how to do it, and he has a beer, and the chicken has a beer as much as he drinks. So
That's
he
the way
has a
I cook.
yeah, he has a drinking partner.
Well, see, that's the way I grill. If I'm out there relaxing, drinking a beer, after I finish my beer, I have a set of that I do. I finish my beer, go out there, do any flip my potatoes or whatever I need to do, and I cook my steak on the far side of the grill, away from most of the heat till the potatoes get done, and or when I put it on, and then I'll go get another beer, and then But that's how I keep up with how I need to turn my stuff on the grill.
Okay. Oh, here.
Hey, is Santa still in the room?
Yeah, he has a question here. I just saw. Farmer, have you tried canned cabbage?
No, I like cooking my cabbage, and I cook cabbage a bunch of different ways. Uh, but never, I'm not beyond trying it. I found the older I've gotten, like processed foods, like got where I was liking this Stouffer's lasagna, but the I guess it's the preservation chemicals in there. It just there's a wrong taste, and it's just something I don't like about that stuff.
Okay, then he has another question. Farmer, have you tried Mississippi canned cabbage sweetened in brown sugar and butter?
No, it sounds good. Mississippi, I'll have to look that up, see if I can cook that.
Hmm.
Because I like cabbage anyway. I like sauerkraut. I like kimchi. Any way you can fix cabbage, I like it.
And then he answers you. He says, canned cabbage is sweet, crunchy, and rich.
I'd like to try it. Oh, I was going to tell you, Santa. I went to college. Well, Robertson County is considered the home of the Lumbee Indians, and I went to the college down there. That it's Pembroke State. Well, it's the University of North Carolina at Pembroke now, but it was Pembroke State University when I started there. But it's a predominantly Indian college. And again, I'm not Indian. My ex-wife was
Okay. And
or is.
how did you learn how to cook all these delicious things we see you cook on your channel?
God, I watched my nanny. My nanny was a lunchroom lady, and she was an excellent cook. But she was a like a pinch and a dab and a little smidgen. She did not have any type measuring stuff or anything like that.
Yeah.
And because that always aggravated me about her cooking like that, because I was wanting to learn how to cook and I couldn't do it like that. Well, I started cooking and teaching myself, and I kind of had the basics, but I just kind of experimented a lot. And then now, how do I cook? A pinch and a dab and a smidgen.
Do you cook desserts also?
I can make stuff like peach cobbler and blueberry cobbler and uh, blackberry cobbler, and I can cook stuff like that. And that's about the extent of my dessert. I want to learn how to make bread, but if I learn how to make bread, I'll be like 800 pounds. They'll be having to extricate me out of the house or something if I learn how to make bread.
Oh, Santa, you speak French?
Parlez-vous français? No, I don't.
Okay, let's see.
Hablo usted español poquito?
Okay, it's because Urbix 44, he's French.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then, well, 13 Spirits, he's like me, he's bilingual. And
Now your
then,
your husband's French, isn't he?
yes,
Okay.
he has a last name. His last name is English, and he doesn't speak a word of English.
Uh-huh.
My last name, family name, is French, and I speak French. I
Okay.
speak English and French. I went to English school. Yeah. So they're talking. So we've got three friends here talking to each other. Oh, Dominic says he speaks seven languages. Wow.
Oh wow. Now I know a little bit. I know just enough to. I always wanted to be polite because I work with Spanish guys, and if I was at their house, I always wanted to be able to say gracias, or thank people. And I've got Vietnamese friends, and I used to before the world turned upside down. I'd go to celebrations with them, and I always wanted to be able to say thank you or that's good. At least you know
Yeah.
be courteous in that respect.
Yeah. Well, I lost quite a bit of my Spanish. I used to speak Spanish, but I don't have the occasion to practice it a lot, the Spanish here. So
Yeah.
I sort of like put it behind me, and so just my English and my French is here is good enough. Like the little town I'm in, it has an English name. Like the population is probably half and half, like half French, half English.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's like a really small town. And my daughters, they went to English school because, yes, I speak French, but I didn't know how to write or read it. So, because I went to an English school.
Yeah.
So I could have sent them to French school, but I couldn't like really like read what they were doing or write back to the teacher or something. I was really scared on that part.
Yeah. 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 You tend to learn a language like they call it immersion. And when I actually took Spanish in high school, and the only thing I could say was, "Como se llama usted?" That was the only thing I remember really. And that was, "What is your name?" And when I was on job sites and working, had Spanish guys working, you know, I always wanted to learn. Well, I had one guy that he spoke really good English. He wanted to learn more English, and I wanted to learn more Spanish. So we worked with each other. I didn't want to learn the bad words or anything like that. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know, if somebody was talking about me, I didn't want to be sitting there grinning at them, not knowing some of what they said. But, I could get my point across. And most of the time, if you got somebody receptive on the other side, we could uh, learn, but yeah, but I got to understand a lot of Spanish and Vietnamese because of my Vietnamese friends.
Oh, well, that must be hard to learn, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and but they were real because a, a lot of times, I'd be the only white guy at these festivals and stuff, and had the best time at these parties they'd have, and but I'd get them to teach me stuff. I said, "Well, how do you say this?" And they'd tell me, and because or what is this? And I'd always want to be able to say, that's good, delicious, or thank you.
Okay. Santa, yes, I am. Am I on your list for a present? Yeah, Urbix44. He was one of my buddies to when I used to do abandoned videos. Do you like abandoned stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah, I love it. Um, Back when the pandemic started, there was this one road I've been down. I can't even begin to tell you how many times, but this man had built this uh, place where his kids could wait for the bus out of the weather and all. Well, the house I lived in's been long gone. Well, that bus thing was standing. It was made out of old barn board and stuff. And so I stopped by there. I was going to get some stuff off of it and see. So I got pulling the stuff off. Well, the more I pulled off, the more I got the story on this building. This guy scavenged this wood, the metal. He put two roofs on that building so his kids would not get wet. And that them going to school was that important to that man. He took nails when he was getting all this wood together, and he straightened these nails out to use again. So I was going to use it for something to sell at the flea market. And I said, I can't do that to this guy. I never knew the guy, never knew him, never knew his kids. And so what I did was I took him.
I don't know what that is. I don't have internet, so.
And but what I did, I made a little uh, craft area for me to work on, and I used the metal off that roof and the boards. And but it's on wheels, but it's in my shop. So I said that's the only way I really could pay respect to that man for what he did for his kids.
Okay. Oh. Here's Santa. Yes, Sandra, I have friends in Magog and in Sherbrooke. You're all on my nice list. Ah, thank you. But those are two big towns, yes, very close to me. And then 13 Spirits says Sandra is about 2 hour drive for me. Yeah, about. Hi, KK. Uh, let's see. Any last questions, guys? Because we are running at our 1 hour mark.
I'm surprised I hadn't put everybody to sleep.
Oh, here's a question I did not see earlier. Farmer, have you ever tried making rhubarbs?
Uh, no, I hadn't. Um, I'd like to grow some horseradish, but I'm not sure that it grows that well in my area. And I know some people grow rutabagas around here, and I'm not a big fan of rutabagas. I'm just something about the taste or the texture of it. Somebody loves it, but not me.
Okay. Dominic has a question. What is your next adventure?
Is that for me or for you, Sandra?
I think that's for you.
My next adventure. Right now I'm bogged down in work, and I'm probably going to do a little bit more traveling after the first of the year. I want to do more on my car channel, so I'm going to be hitting some places that have a lot of cars where I can get a lot of videos done, and I can shoot a video and upload it and everything in probably 3 minutes. So I can get a lot of videos done and hopefully have my channel caught up for a year on the car side of it. But I'll still, if I see a car, I'll stop and ask, can I video it?
So look at this. We have Irina says, good interview tonight. Thank you, Frugal Farmer.
Thank
And
you.
we have Nicole. Thank you, Frugal Farmer and Sandra. This was fun. Then
I
another
enjoyed it.
fun interview. So, you didn't put nobody to sleep. We all enjoyed it. Oh, and Maria, thank you, Sandra and Frugal. So everyone enjoyed it. So guys, there if you don't have his channel, his link is pinned up top, and my amazing mods tonight were posting it on a regular basis almost. So grab his link and go find out the wonderful things he does. I love his videos about when he cooks on the barbecue and when he shows us his cats and his remembering stories there on the weekends. I really love that. So, on that note, guys, if I don't see you before the holidays starts, well, I want you all to have a wonderful and safe holiday filled with love and laughter. That's all's what we need. And please keep my friend Buddy in your hearts and prayers. He needs them pretty much right now. He's very sick, so keep him in your prayers. And Frugo, thank you so much for this last minute flip around interview.
Hey, well, thank you for having me. Happy holidays to everybody, and happy holidays to you, Sandra. And thank
You,
y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all.
yeah. Okay, guys. So if I don't see you on Sunday, have a wonderful weekend. I love you all. Good night.